This is Mairead McLaughlin, who is a life coach and is accredited by the EMCC, European Mentoring and Coaching Council. I am interviewing Mairead today on life coaching and how it works. Mairead, thank you for joining me for the interview. It is much appreciated.
It's a pleasure.
What does a life coach do?
A life coach partners with the client in a collaborative approach to unlock the client's potential. Really, what a life coach is, I guess, is a catalyst for change. They don't advise the client on what to do, but they ask questions. They give the client time to explore themselves, to come up with a solution to their own problems. Each client has the answer within themselves. They just need, I suppose, to be asked certain questions, to be given time to reflect on their lives to get that answer.
What happens in a life coaching session?
A life coaching session starts off by the client and the coach um, exchanging the contract. Now, the contract um, sets out how the coaching session is going to be run. A coaching session is confidential, so it normally lasts for perhaps an hour to maybe an hour and 15 minutes. The client will state what they wish to achieve from the coaching session. The coach will hold the client to account so as to allow the client to get the maximum from their coaching session. So the client will say, would like to be more successful at work, or I would like to have a better work-life balance. So the coach will ask the client a number of questions to I suppose to allow the client to unearth where they are going wrong, or not necessarily where they're going wrong, but to allow them think more deeply, I suppose, about their situation. And following on from that, then the client will um, set a goal for themselves, what they wish to achieve over a certain period of time. That might be a month, or it might be 6 months, or it could be a year. Um, Throughout all this, the coach is building a collaborative, is building is operating in a collaborative way with the client. The coach is also ensuring that the client is encouraged and feels comfortable and safe to express themselves. Now, coaching is also it's non-judgmental.
Okay.
So at the end of the coaching session, the client should be able to state what they wish to achieve by the next coaching session, whenever that may be. And that is basically how a coaching session works. I would also like to add that coaching is not therapy. Coaching looks forward and works in the present, whereas therapy is mainly about the past and that. And it's also important to add that all coaches who are fully accredited work with the supervisor. So, say after 20 or 30 coaching sessions, the coach must check in with their supervisor and discuss any coaching issues which may have arisen. Now, this is all done confidentially, and the client's identities are not divulged.
Okay.
And
Perfect.
this is all part
Okay.
of best practice.
Okay. How do you motivate a client to think differently about their current situation?
Well, with a client, normally they will come in, they will have their they will sometimes use the word stuck. I feel stuck in my current situation. How can I look forward? How can I get myself out of this situation? So, by asking questions, simple questions such as, um, when have you last felt like this? And in that situation, what did you do to propel yourself forward? Or you could ask them, what does success look like? Uh, and also, on top of that, um, you may um, you may also ask them to think about the future, where they would like to be maybe in a year from now. And by asking questions, by allowing them to think, by actually silence is very good because it gives the client a chance to think. And it's not all about the coach talking. In fact, the coach is, as I mentioned earlier, is just the catalyst. So it's up to the client to sort, I suppose, through their thoughts. And a coaching session is ideal for that because they're given a space where they are not going to be judged and they can think through how they want to propel themselves forward and get themselves out of their current situation.
Are there different types of coaches?
Yes, there are many different types of coaches. It depends on which area a coach wishes to work in. There are executive coaches which work in the corporate area. There are also coaches who work with people who are relocating, say, from another city to Dublin. There are also coaches which work with small and medium enterprises. There are coaches which work with 60-year pupils in school and graduates. So there are also coaches who work with people who are preparing to retire and want to set out a plan for that. So there are many different types of coaches.
What makes a good what makes a good life coach?
A good life coach is someone who can who's good communication skills, who can listen. Listening is the most important part of coaching, and by listening to the client, you can also sometimes hear what is inferred but not said, and also building trust with the client and making them feel comfortable, also making them feel that they are not being judged, and just I suppose making sure also that once the client sets a goal, that they keep to that goal, that they adhere to that goal. And also for a coach, it's also very important that they be approachable and professional at all times and maintain confidentiality.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you very much, Mairead, for those answers and interview. It is much appreciated, and I certainly learned a lot from it. If you want to read more articles like or videos on Mairead or anything, check out thecircular.org and you'll find some of my work on there. Thank you very much.
It was a pleasure, Thomas.